Finding the right financing for your business can be challenging. Traditional loans may be hard to secure, while equity financing means giving up ownership. But there's another option: gaining popularity, royalty financing. Royalty financing is a type of investment where businesses receive capital in exchange for a percentage of future revenue. It functions similarly to an advance on earnings, with investors recouping their investment through regular royalty payments based on the company's revenue performance. Here's how it works. The business receives funding upfront, and repayment terms, including the total amount to be repaid, are negotiated at the beginning. A key feature is that payment amounts fluctuate with revenue. When business is good, payments are higher, and when revenue dips, payments decrease accordingly. This creates natural alignment between the investor and business. The concept originated with entrepreneurs Bart Goodwin and Ed Mello, who identified a market gap for this financing approach. Their company, Cypress Growth Capital, pioneered taking a percentage of monthly revenue instead of demanding equity stakes. While royalty financing first gained traction in industries like oil and gas, pharmaceuticals, and entertainment, it has now expanded into many other sectors. How does royalty financing compare to traditional options? Debt financing involves getting a loan without surrendering ownership, but requires fixed payments regardless of business performance. Equity financing means trading company stock for capital, potentially sacrificing some control over your business. Royalty financing strikes a balance between these approaches. Investors typically see better returns than with traditional loans, while businesses maintain full ownership and control. This makes it particularly suitable for companies with seasonal revenue fluctuations or those in early growth stages when fixed debt payments might be burdensome. For investors, royalty financing offers several advantages. They generally see faster returns than with equity investments, sometimes beginning to receive payments immediately. The risk of default is lower due to the flexible payment structure. And if default does occur, royalty investors typically get paid before equity holders. Additionally, investors are guaranteed a certain profit through the repayment cap. Businesses find royalty financing attractive because it allows them to maintain complete control without diluting ownership. There are no minimum payments, personal guarantees, fixed loan terms, lump sum payments, or restrictive conditions that often come with traditional loans. Payments don't appear as debt on the balance sheet, potentially making it easier to attract additional investors later. However, royalty financing isn't ideal for every situation. Investors face capped returns, limiting their profit potential, and must take a hands-off approach to business decisions. For businesses, allocating a percentage of revenue to investors can slow growth since that money can't be reinvested. Companies with thin profit margins may struggle to make payments while covering operating expenses. Which industries benefit most from royalty financing? Technology companies with subscription-based models often use it to scale without diluting equity. Pharmaceutical and biotech firms with patented innovations leverage it to fund clinical trials or market entry. Entertainment and media producers secure funding based on future royalties from content distribution. Natural resource companies and franchise operations also frequently utilize this model. A royalty loan agreement contains several key terms. The royalty rate specifies what percentage of revenue goes to the investor. The repayment cap sets the maximum return, typically expressed as a multiple of the original investment. The term length establishes the duration of the agreement. Revenue definition clarifies whether payments are based on gross revenue, net income, or another metric. Some agreements include minimum revenue clauses, prepayment options, and default provisions. To qualify for royalty financing, businesses typically need existing sales and customers. Investors want to see revenue potential and establish market traction. Products with high profit margins are particularly attractive candidates. Legal and tax considerations are important when entering royalty agreements. Depending on structure, these agreements may be classified as securities in some jurisdictions. Clear contract terms protect both parties from disputes. If intellectual property is involved, usage rights must be clearly defined. From a tax perspective, royalty payments are generally considered deductible business expenses for the borrower, though treatment varies by location and agreement structure. Royalty financing offers a flexible alternative to traditional funding methods, allowing businesses to grow without sacrificing ownership or taking on rigid debt obligations. For companies with strong revenue models, predictable cash flow, and healthy margins, it can be the perfect solution to fuel expansion while maintaining entrepreneurial independence.